Good morning. Great morning. Wonderful cause. Thank you for all you do to make this happen. My name's George Nee. I'm the president of the Rhode Island AFL-CIO, and it's my honor to be the MC for the ninth year. This is the ninth year of this walk. And before we get started, you should know that once the building trades and the labor's union took on this responsibility, we've raised over $100,000. So give yourself a hand. The labor movement is very proud to be a part of this walk and this organization because in addition to trying to improve our members' lives, their working conditions, their wages, their job security, we have always felt an obligation and a commitment to make this a better community, to make this a community where every person is valued and honored, and this organization plays an integral part of that in making sure that people's lives are improved and people give back, not just helping the young women and men that are in this program, but they themselves are being enriched by helping and reaching out. So that's a wonderful thing. And we have the building trades here, and it's important to recognize that in addition to sponsoring this event, they're the organization that has gone out and helped at the soup kitchens, building handicap ramps for people, recently in a great partnership with the Pawtucket Red Sox, going around to the communities and improving the ball fields so that baseball can be played in great facilities across the state. So it isn't just today, it's every day that the members of the building trades are out there helping to make this a better community. Now, right now, we're going to have the Providence Police Honor Guard, and the national anthem is going to be sung by a very special young woman by the name of Hannah Wharton, 14 years old. Now, Hannah is with us today. I've already asked her if she's nervous. She said, "Why would I be nervous here? I've sung at Fenway Park in front of 40,000 people." But she's also a three-time survivor of leukemia. So you're looking at one of the toughest young women. So she should be an inspiration to all of us. And with that, Hannah, welcome.
All right.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Thank you, Hannah. That was wonderful. And now it's my distinct honor to introduce the mayor of the great city of Providence, who is the honorary chair of today's walk. This place is no stranger to him. He could be seen riding around on his bike, and some of the officers that are assigned to him over there are trying to keep up with him because he's quite a bike rider. But he came into the city at a tough time. He's committed to improving this city, and he's been doing that, been building up the infrastructure, commitment to our schools, making sure that everybody has a place at the table and their voices are listened to. And one time I was meeting with him, and he said, well, what do you think we should do in the city of Providence? I said, if just a little pet peeve I have, could you fix the roads in Roger Williams Park? And today I think you're going to see not only are they fixed, but they only go one way, which is a great thing. But the mayor is a two-way guy. He's there for everybody, and we appreciate everything he's done for the city of Providence and his support of this organization today. Mayor.
All right. Thank you, George. Thank you, George. Good morning, everybody. It is a great day and a great morning. You know, we're gathered together among friends to support great causes. I want to start off by, just taking a moment to give a special shout out to Hannah. Hannah, that was powerful. We are proud of you. Thank you. We were going to walk around. Now we're going to run around because we're so inspired. Thank you so much, Hannah. We appreciate you being here with us. I want to take a moment to thank all of the people who make these kinds of things possible because, these things never happen on their own, and one group or one person doesn't do it alone. It takes an entire team. So first of all, I want to give, a shout out to a good friend, an advisor, and one of the strongest boosters that we have for the city of Providence, AFL-CIO of Rhode Island President George Nee. Thank you so much, George, for everything that you do. I want to give a shout out to another good friend, my co-chair of this Big Walk Halloween hike, the president of the Rhode Island Building and Construction Trades Council, Mike Sabatoni. Keep it up, co-chair. I also want to give it up to the honorary chair of this walk, WPRI 12 anchor, Mike Montecalvo. Thank you so much, Mike. Add a little star power to our team. Also, not to outdo you, Mike, but we got another person that brings star power to the occasion. Someone who we're really proud of here in Providence and throughout the state of Rhode Island. Professional boxer and the former IBO middleweight champion of the world from Rhode Island. Give it up for Peter Manfredo. So just I can't go around and name everyone, but want to give it up to the finest police department in all of New England, the Providence Police Department. We're joined here by the Honor Guard. Thank you so much. And I have the pleasure of working with Local 1033 every single day, and I see my good friends Ron Koya and Steve Smith here. Thank you so much for your partnership and everything that you do. I've made it a priority that all of our departments are going to work as efficiently as possible, and we're going to deliver the best services to the city of Providence. And if you walk around and you talk to people, they'll tell you the potholes are getting filled, the streets are getting swept, the things are getting done, and it's all because of the men and women that work in 1033. So thank you, Ron, and thank you, Steve. I also want to recognize the executive director of Big Brothers and Big Sisters of the Ocean State, the reason why we're here. Thank you to Katie Afonseca, and thank you to all of the volunteers for Big Brothers and Big Sisters of Rhode Island. Thank you. So, I started off thanking everybody, and that's really the theme of what we're doing here in Providence. We recognize that we can't do it alone. And if there's one area that I've said is my absolute priority, it's our kids and it's education. That's where all of our investments are going. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for public schools and public education. And the truth is that education is our future. So if we're giving every single kid the chance to achieve their dreams, then we're doing right by our commitments and our values. And what we're doing is we're investing in them in a number of different ways. We've invested in computers in our classrooms. We purchased around 15,000 computers over the past 2 years so that every single kid can have access to a device while they're in school. We're also investing in summer jobs. Some of you may remember your first job. You remember maybe you were 15, 16 years old. You don't know what you're doing at first, but you try your best and you learn how to be a professional. Well, we want our kids to learn early on what it takes to succeed in their careers. And also, we're providing multiple pathways for our kids. We want every single one of our kids to be ready for college, but we know that college isn't the only way to be successful. There's so many other ways that you can lead a successful life. So we're investing in CTE training and workforce training so they can join the building trades, or they can join another career, earn a decent living, join the middle class, buy a home, and live a life with dignity. That's all we want for our families. And last but certainly not least, we're investing in our kids because we believe that every one of our kids should go to school in a classroom and a school building that inspires them to learn. And right now, it's frankly a shame the kind of buildings that our students go to school in. Our kids deserve nothing but the best. And that's why we've committed to investing $400 million over the next 10 years to rebuild our schools and make sure our kids have access to the very best equipment and technology. So thank you to all of our partners here in the room. And I got to tell you that with the AFL-CIO and also the Building Trades of Rhode Island, we can't think of better partners to have on our side as we rebuild our city for the days ahead and see Providence Resurgence continue to build momentum. Thank you so much, everyone. Have a wonderful walk today. Take care and thank you.
Thank you, Mayor, and thank you for your leadership and your continued support of all great things in Providence. At this time, I'd like to introduce Mike Montanaro, who is on Channel 12. He is an Emmy Award-winning person, in case you didn't know that. A lot of awards. But more important than that, and what he does every day in his job, he's a very community-minded guy. The fact that he's here today as the co-chair, the fact that he has to leave here to go to another event that he's involved in our community shows you the kind of commitment that he has, not just great journalism, but also to our community. Mike, thank you.
Thank you, George, and thank you very much for the invite. I guess if you're going to have a Halloween walk and run, you want the weather to be a little bit crisp, the leaves changing, right, and people all dressed up for the holidays. So we can thank Tony Petrarca for the great weather. Several years ago, I was introduced to the Big Brothers and Big Sisters of the Ocean State. I've emceed their gala in the spring several times, and I'm always amazed to hear the stories of why people have gotten involved with the organization. I remember talking to one gentleman. He was I said, thank you very much for doing what you do and mentoring someone that needs some help. He goes, I haven't done a thing. I said, well, you take time out of your schedule once a week, you take him places. He said to me, you have no idea that he has changed my life. I got involved because I wanted to make a difference, but that little boy was changing his life. Spoke to another person who was not married. He's married now. He was not married. He had a great upbringing. He said his older brother was his big brother, and inspired him to be a mentor with Big Brothers and Big Sisters of the Ocean State. And he said with his he introduced him to things that we think about every day and take for granted. His little buddy never had fried rice, never had a doughboy, never played Nintendo, and never went on a Ferris wheel. And he's done all that with his big brother, and now they're friends for life. He says that this little boy will be part of his life forever. And I think really that's the statement when you're looking at this organization and see what they do. It's not just the person that they're mentoring, but it's the little person who's really making a difference in our lives. And I think if you look at the world today, as I sit on the anchor desk and I look and I see what's going on in the world, we need more people like that. So thank you very much for inviting me. It is my pleasure to be the honorary chair, and have a great day. Thank you.
Thanks very much, Mike, and I'm sure that with him being the honorary chair. If you look at Channel 12 tonight, there might be some coverage of this, not to put a little pressure on you.
I'm guessing. Right there.
At this time, I'm going to introduce a stranger among us. Mike Sabatoni. Anybody know him? All right, I missed that line. Mike is the business manager, Local 270. He's got a lot of titles, but the most important thing is 271, the building trades. But really the most important thing is Mike is just the kind of person that the labor movement is proud of and that the community is proud of, because he fights every day for his members. He makes sure they're working. He makes sure they have good benefits and good wages and a safe place to work. But then he doesn't stop. He gives back to the community. He cares about this community. He makes sure that the men and women of the building trades are recognized for the community work that they do, and he continues this. This is an effort that he began 9 years ago. We also do this event at some other places to help the Boys and Girls Club. So at this time, let's give it up for Mike and thank him for everything he does.
Well, thank you, George. And, when I look around and people, as I've gone through my career that I've looked up to and has been a mentor to me, I couldn't be prouder of looking up to someone like George Nee, who fights for all working people throughout the state of Rhode Island. So it's an honor for me to look up and have a mentor such as George Nee. So I just want to thank you, George, personally as well for all you do. So I'm just going to be short and sweet. I just want to say a couple of thank yous. First and foremost, for my own organization, the Laborers International Union. I can't come up here and do things with the membership without leadership that starts from the top. Our General President, Terry O'Sullivan, our General Secretary Treasurer, Amini Sabatoni, and we're fortunate enough to have with us today Vice President and Assistant Regional Manager Vincent Massino here with us today, because without the Laborers International Union and the resources that they put into the community, none of this would be possible. Also with us here today, my brothers from the building trades, Mike Daly, the business manager of IBEW 99. I've got Rich Pacheco here. Give it up for Michael from the bricklayers. Justin Kelly from the Painters Union, and all the other reps that are here as well. We really do move as a group in the building trades. I couldn't be prouder to be the president of that organization, because no single person can get this accomplished alone. This event takes a lot to put on every year, and the people that have been with me since day one have been guys by the name of Stephen Yang, who's running around getting the water and the pizza. That'll be here in a little while. Gina Frattori from my media department, and Tyler. Let's hear it up for them, because to put this on is an undertaking.